Wink News reporter Emma Heaton, who is live in Parkland tonight. And Emma, how are people there reacting to this new university shooting?
Family and survivors of the shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas simply say enough is enough. They are tired of the threat of a mass shooting and say they won't rest until the country is ready to do something about them. Valentine's Day 2018, a shooter walked into Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, opened fire, killed 17 students, injured 17 more.
Today is, for our family, it's pretty much like every day. We wake up and we miss our beautiful daughter Gina, who was murdered in her school.
Tony Montalto will never forget the day he lost his daughter Gina, murdered by Nicholas Cruz. She was only 14 years old. For 5 years, he worked to make change in his little girl's name so other girls and boys don't suffer her same fate.
We need inclusion. We need people to come together. Teachers, parents, administrators, mental health professionals, law enforcement, and our school folks. We all need to come together. And the students, right? We all have to come together to communicate with one another, to work to stop these terrible tragedies.
Tony is president of a nonpartisan group, Stand with Parkland. Lori Alhadeff helped form the group because she too lost a daughter at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. Alyssa was shot to death in her English classroom.
As a mother, 5 years later, this is something you don't get over.
No, absolutely not. It's very painful. It's horrible. My daughter was only 14 years old and she was murdered at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
The loss of a child is something these parents will never get over. But the community, they told me, does help to cushion the pain.
We have been blessed again with so much community support, and we keep February 14th in this community. We keep that especially for the victims, again, to remember who they were prior to this tragedy.
So while the Parkland community pushes for changes to gun laws and calls for even more security in schools, this is a day for remembrance. And I watched as people rallied outside of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School at a memorial made there, showering families with love. And at nearby elementary schools, students formed a human heart with the number 17 in the middle, honoring those 17 victims. And over here at this park, there's going to be a memorial ceremony that's at 5:30, again, to remember the 17 victims that we lost this day 5 years ago. Live in Parkland, Emma Heaton, Wink News.
All right, Emma, thank you.